Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Do we have a motion from the council to begin the July 24th business meeting? Motion from Amy, Asphira seconds. Okay, we'll do the roll call. That will be presented by Amy. I'll give this to you and have the sheet if you want to read on. Yeah. I can help you. There you
go. Wendy?
Present.
James?
Here.
Lakeisha?
Present.
Michelle?
Priscilla? Present.
Here. Amy, I'm here. Nadia? Dawn?
Yeah.
Patrick? Asphira?
Yeah.
Max?
Here.
Lacey?
Here.
Rachel? Eddie?
Yeah.
Hi, Eddie.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we do have one, so we can begin our September 24 business meeting. Welcome to our September meeting. Excited to be here at 216. Thank you to Principal Neglia and the 216 family for hosting us. Proceed with the next agenda item, which is old business. The minutes from last month were sent to members in advance of this evening's meetings. Are there any questions or concerns with respect to the August minutes from the council? Okay, seeing none. Absences, we had one absent last month. Max informed us a few days prior he would be attending virtually, but he was unable to make it. Do we have any questions about the absence? I do not see any. Max was notified, someone had a question. Max informed us a few days before that he would be unable to attend in person and he was going to try to attend virtually, but he was not able to attend virtually. Okay, so thanks again for the members for your active participation. We had great attendance last month, as we do tonight as well. Everybody is here. Thank you so much. I know it's we're all parents, and we really appreciate your efforts here on the council. And then we will proceed with reports of the council members. Just a reminder, our activity reports and our reimbursements are due by the 5th of the following month. So for this month, September, by October 5th, make sure you send those to our administrative assistant, Steve. And at this point, we'd like to allow council members to report on their activities around the district since we last met. Would anyone like to provide any updates? Anything, Petra?
Yes.
Petra, where were you at the chancellor's state of the school? Okay. Thank you, Petra. Are there any other updates from the council? And I didn't see any. So now we can proceed with the next item, which is new business. So we're going to be approving our August minutes and absences. We could just do by a show of hands here whether we want to vote on the two with one vote. It would be again to approve last month's minutes, as well as we'd be approving, marking as approving an excused absence for Max, rather than an unexcused. So by show of hands, do we want to take one vote to approve minutes and approve an excused absence?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so we will proceed with that. Amy, you have the list, so you could call the roll for the vote to approve the August minutes and Max's absence as excused. There you go.
James?
Yes.
Wendy?
Yes.
Lakeisha?
Yes. Yeah, yes,
Priscilla,
yeah.
Amy, yes, Nadia, Ron, Patrick, Max, Megan,
Did we get it? We got Eddie? We did Eddie, right?
Mhm.
Okay, let's just take one for Eddie. Two.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Who's your name there?
Thank you. Okay, so that passes, we approve last month's minutes as well as excuse that. Just an update, next item on our agenda, we did receive a response from FACE to the resolution we passed in June, which was in support of amending this year's school calendar to eliminate a one-day school week on December 23rd, winter break. So I'll just read that off quick. It was September 10th, we received a response to that. Our members received a written copy and it's available here to the public. The letter in response to our resolution read, dear CEC21, thank you for your resolution in support of amending the New York City school year calendar to eliminate a one-day week on December 23 before winter break. Your resolution advocates for shifting the last day before winter break from Monday, December 23rd, 2024 to Friday, December 20th, 2024. While we appreciate the points raised by student Isaac Renier in the resolution, the 2024-2025 calendar was established in consultation with New York City Public Schools, UFP, and CSA in 2023 in accordance with state law and regulations regarding minimum instructional days and public holidays in which school cannot be in session. While your requested changes to the calendar cannot be made now, we will consider these suggestions as we create school calendars in future years. We value your partnership and advocacy and applaud Isaac's engagement in the advocacy process. Sincerely, Daniel Weisberg, First Deputy Chancellor. So that was the response. They thanked us for our advocacy, but they were saying there can be no changes to the calendar. So the next item of business is review of the amended 2024-2025 budget resolution presented by our treasurer. Ms. Mary.
Good evening, everybody. So, resolution to the amended budget, whereas the Community Education Council for CEC21 Brooklyn received a budget allocation of $25,000 for 24-25 fiscal year, and whereas the Community Education CEC District 21 has takes funds from supplies in general and add 1904 to non-contractors. Whereas the community, the CEC District 21, we can one of the has determined the money should be allocated as follows. We have non-contractual services for CEC members, 12,000. Non-contractual service CEC president reimbursement is 2,000. Supplies to general for CEC. And 6 non-contractual services. For transportation of staff, for the administrative assistant hours, and non-contractual services to the flag is a totaling of 25,000. Therefore, it is resolved that the CEC adopts the above mentioned budget.
So that is the resolution. In summary, we're buying our own print. We're just shifting around some of the allocations of our 25 total budget. Are there any questions or concerns from the council members about amended budget resolution? Okay, seeing none, we can throw right back to our treasurer's here with the treasurer.
Okay, so our budget, I'm sorry, our budget balance was 25,000, closing balance came up to 23,750. The total is 12. February 1st is the president.
Thank you, Ms. Vera. So is there a motion to adjourn our business meeting for September?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, that's Randy motions and Lakeisha seconds. So that adjourns our business meeting. We will follow with our calendar meeting for September 2024 at 6 p.m. Thank you for everyone here in person. There are refreshments provided in the back. So feel free to avail yourself of refreshments in the back. For those of you on the Zoom, camera will go dark for a few minutes, but we will be back promptly at 6 p.m. to resume. Thank you so much for joining us. Good evening, everyone. We're going to be convening our September 2024 calendar meeting. Do I have a motion to begin the meeting?
Motion.
Spira, seconded by Priscilla. Okay, we'll take attendance. Amy?
Jay,
Here.
Wendy,
Present.
Peter,
Present.
Esther, Stella,
Present.
Amy here, Nadia. Tom, here, Patrick. Yes, and
Max.
Mickey,
Here.
Eddie,
Thank you. Gonna have a performance in a moment. But I would just like to welcome everyone here to our September calendar meeting. Great to be here at 216. Thank you, Principal Neglia. Again, thanks to everyone here at 216, the entire 216 community. And just want to thank everyone here from the school for the refreshments. Really appreciate it. To all the principals, APs, teachers, parent coordinators, support staff, students, and families joining us here in person and virtually. Thanks for being here. All our partners around the district. Our administrative assistant, Steve Washington, thank you always for all you do for us. And we just want to thank also, we have Tessa Wilson here from FACE in place of Ina, who couldn't be here tonight. So thank you so much for supporting us from FACE. And just as we get to the part of the meeting in a little bit, where we have discussions, we have public comment, which says everyone just keep everything civil. We maintain an environment where everyone can feel comfortable speaking their mind, direct everything up to the council and the superintendent, and not to others in the meeting chat or at the meeting. And for the public portion, when we have that at the latter part of the meeting, anyone can request up to 2 minutes to speak. There is a sign up for those here in person at the back. We're a small enough group here where you could just raise your hand and we could give you 2 minutes to speak. For virtual attendees, we can do that through the chat. We can use the raise hand function. And so now I just want to get ready to welcome the color guard from 216. We're gonna go back down to we're gonna go down to our seats in the audience, and we will have the color guard present the colors and do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we will have a presentation, and we look forward to that. Thank you. You know what I mean? I can't stay. Oh, I guess I'll do that.
Assembly, attention, salute, pledge.
It's to the flag. States. To the republic. It's. Nation. Under God, indivisible. With liberty and justice.
But I wanted to show you this one, so the taste. Very sure for you. This, No problem. Good.
Of course, you have things.
We are. We can't see it of course. Officially. We are. Of course, we are. For sharing and enjoy. We're very proud of school. Thank you for coming. Have a really good evening. Wonderful PA, you do an amazing job of supporting our kids. Thank you for doing this for us. Thank you for this meeting. Thank you for having me. We did not be able to do what we wanted to do before.
People. Thanks to the notified, the students that are amazing. Thank you also to the PTA and the entire staff here at the committee. We have technical developments. And continue with our meeting. Okay, so, the next order of business in our calendar meeting is any public comment on the amended 2024-2025 budget resolution for CEC 21. Are there any comments from the public? I don't see any here in person. I do not see any online. So with that, we can move on to our vote on the amended 24-25 budget resolution for our CEC. Amy will do the roll call.
Dave,
I vote yes.
Wendy,
Yes.
Lakisha,
Yes.
Estelle, Estelle,
Yeah.
Amy, yes, Nadia, Dawn, Max, Making,
Yes.
thank you, Eddie,
Thank you. So with that, the amended budget resolution passes. Tentative meeting dates. So we do have an update on that, but we will have a further update actually within the next few days, because we're just trying to iron out one more meeting date. So we're happy to welcome you all, and we'll announce it at the end of the meeting as well, to IS 303 for our next meeting in October, which will be October 16th. And we have meeting dates all the way through the end of the school year. So all the schools who offered us their site for hosting meeting. Some of you we've spoken to kind of off on the side a little bit, but if you're still waiting here, we're going to be sending out the updated list this week, by the end of the week, but tomorrow or Friday. We're just waiting to confirm one other, so we will have that all finalized in the next 24 to 48 hours. Actually, less than 48 hours. Our school liaison representatives, we were going to discuss that at the council. Let's see, do we have the list? We have it in there? Yeah. Okay, so. Thank you, Amy. So we all have that here. Is there anyone, all the council members, we have our list of liaison schools that we all liaison for? Is anyone looking, just first off, to switch any school, to change any schools? I don't see that. I guess the main thing would be to involve Eddie, our newest council member. And again, welcome, Eddie. This is your first full-fledged meeting as a member. We voted you on last week, and we're glad to have you here as a participating voting member.
He said you wanted to be 20 hours schools, no?
Yeah, I know, Eddie, you,
I can give him the.
Eddie, would you like to liaison with PS90? Okay.
Fill in the blanks about that. Or whichever that is not filled in, I can fill those first, then whatever else we,
Okay, so we're gonna. We already had Aspira and Priscilla on PS90, but you're gonna give that up, Aspira? So Eddie, you'll take Aspira's place for PS90 along with Priscilla. Aspira, would you like to take, being that you're dropping?
I could take the home school.
You want to take the home crush school one? Okay, for 153, this would be Aspira. Okay, and would any, the other school that we have not covered since we had a member leave is PS 199. Did anyone, you're okay with that, Ed? Okay. Okay, so we'll have Eddie mark down from 199. And that covers all of our schools? Yep, sure.
I believe with, May 8th.
Yeah, I think that's fine, right? Ping, you're fine with that, Eddie, okay. So we'll add Eddie to 97 as well. Okay, and if everybody has this, if members want to take this home and look at it, and if there's anything that you see that you'd like to change, or even propose a swap or switch with somebody else, feel free to do that. But it's great that we have all our schools covered with CEC liaisons. So if there's no other questions, I'll move on to the next agenda item, which is our superintendent's report. And I introduce Superintendent DeMola.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good to be here. Welcome, Eddie, to your first official CEC meeting as a member. So I sit on this stage and it makes me very nostalgic for my childhood. I am a graduate of PS216. But more than that, my family's legacy is here. My father went here, my aunts, uncles, my cousins. So as I sit here, I imagine what my father must have been like as a little boy running through the school. And I think he started here in 1949. So, or maybe even earlier than that. Yeah, he was born in 41, so maybe 46 he might have started. Really great to be here tonight. Principal Neglia, AP Soretti, AP LaCrocia, thank you for hosting. Welcome to all our principals, members of our school team, our parents and community members. I love September. In September, anything is possible. Clean slate for everyone. We move forward, right? And nothing but possibilities lie ahead. So we, here in District 21 had one of our smoothest openings ever, this year. And we're really excited by the work that's being done already in our schools. When we visit our schools, we're seeing teachers already deeply embedded in the work and children learning to read. Right? We are year 2, phase 1 New York City Reads District. And we are excited by the work we did last year, what we've learned, and in year 2 for New York City Reads, we're focusing on refining instruction and making sure that all children have access to grade level reading while we are setting up systems and structures for tiered support to close any gaps. We're looking very closely at how we're going to track student progress. And our DCEP is really very centered around the progress and performance of individual students as well as different subgroups that we serve here in District 21. We will be welcoming students from Floyd Bennett Field as new families arrive and the District 22 pool that field is zoned for fill up. We will be welcoming some of those students here in District 21, and we're excited to be able to provide a safe, secure educational experience for all of our students and their families. I know that there is some discussion about after-school programs that were unfunded programs. The governor did sign $3.3 million in additional funding, and we are waiting to see if our programs are going to be funded. So as soon as I know, we will make sure the community knows that. I also wanted to let the community know that in accordance with state education law, we will be sending out notice of drills, whether they be evacuation or lockdown drills, at least a week in advance to families, so that there are no surprises for families that are doing these drills. Welcome back to an amazing school year. I look forward to communicating with you and looking forward to the state of the district address, which will probably be in November. So, good evening.
Just to open it up, if anyone has it, are there any questions, Superintendent? Anyone here in person? Okay, I don't see any. Just scanning the virtual room. If there are any questions, you can raise your hand. Going once, going twice. Okay, no questions. So now on to the president's report. So since we last met, I just hope everyone enjoyed your Labor Day weekend. Like all weekends in general, thanks to the efforts of organized labor. So much appreciation to all our D21 school staff and district staff who have gotten us off to a great start to the school year. It's really been a great start to this new school year. A week ago today, we marked the 9/11 anniversary. Our students were all born after the events of September 11, 2001. But we'd like to thank all of our schools for the great work they do in educating our students about the importance of that day, and it still remains very important to our city. whether you lived here or not, if you remember that time, it was a life-altering event. So all those who lost someone on that day 23 years ago, we never forget, we honor their memory, we do that every year. And on the days in between, I attended a remembrance in Coney Island at Astor Levy Park on 9/11. It was a very small event. Great to see the community come together around it at a local 9/11 memorial, honoring victims from the area. And that's one of many such sites we just have all around southern Brooklyn, the city for that matter, but we have a lot of them around southern Brooklyn. I have two short blocks from my home, one block from my children's school, that honors victims that were local victims on 9/11. One of them was a childhood schoolmate of my wife. One of them was someone who attended my college at the same time I went to. So we know everyone who was here at that time is connected, whether it's 1 degree, sadly, or 2 degrees of separation. Everyone is just a person or two removed from someone we lost that day. So it just reminds us all of New Yorkers of how close and interconnected we are. So I just wanted to mention that solemn day. Yesterday was Constitution Day, which I don't think it's any mistake that also on Constitution Day, it's National Voter Registration Day, which was yesterday. So, everybody that day, if you're not registered to vote, you can go to vote.nyc, very simple, easy to remember website, to exercise your most fundamental right as a citizen that's guaranteed under the Constitution. So we just encourage everyone to go out there and register, let people that who may not be registered, that they can register very easily and quickly and exercise that right. And as far as some important upcoming dates before our next meeting, schools will be closed this coming Thursday, October 3rd, and I'm sorry, not this coming, but Thursday, October 3rd, and Friday, October 3rd, observance of Rosh Hashanah. We wish you a happy and sweet New Year, Shana Tova. Yom Kippur falls during the following weekend. We wish all observe a meaningful Yom Kippur. Schools will be closed Monday, October 14th for Italian Heritage Indigenous Peoples Day. You can get the 2024-2025 school calendar available on the DOE website, as well as next year's school calendar as well. Some admissions dates. High school application opens October 1st. The district, I know, is holding held high school showcase just 2 days ago, right? Did we? So
Very well attended.
thank you very much for presenting that to all our middle school families. The middle school application opens October 9th. Both of these run into December. The high school, depending on what type of school you're going to, has some different closing dates. But middle school application will open October 9th. There will be on Monday, September 30th, a middle school in-person showcase at Booty, right?
Yes.
Okay. At
5:30.
5:30 to 7.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody mark that on your calendar. If you're of a fifth grader, so it's available to all fifth graders and families. After school funding. So I know the superintendent mentioned it. The governor earmarked and made available $3 million to New York City to fund after school programs that didn't receive the funds initially. And Southern Brooklyn was hit really hard. District 21, District 20. So we're really happy that was late, but we welcome that it's here now. And these are CBOs that provided these programs for years. So the thing that is really the focus right now is to make sure that they get this funding through the system and to them to start their programs. We know how things can get stuck administratively, bureaucratically. So it's obviously important that this gets there. So schools like PS 100 and 128, 177, 199, 212, 216, Booty is still?
Booty or is a community school, so they're.
Okay, so Booty is funded, but we have quite a few schools who have been in this predicament where their funding wasn't, that they've relied on, and our families have relied on wasn't available. So the money has been allocated, but now it's just getting it through the processing system to the schools so they can start their activity. So there's a big push to make sure that happens as quickly as possible. I just want to point out, there's a pupil transportation town hall. It's this Friday, the 20th at 7 p.m. I'm gonna drop in the chat for the online folks a link. Let's do that right now. So this is hosted by the D75 President's Council, as well as some other CECs from around the city and some parent advocacy groups. New York City Public Advocate Jumani Williams will be the keynote speaker. They're going to talk about topics like school busing, the new Omni cars for the subway that are being made available to students that they can use multiple times every day, 7 days a week, not just school days, all throughout the year. Rideshare, school and the school bus parent bill of rights that they have a campaign for. The CCFT, the Central Crisis Support Team, is hosting some weekly family workshops throughout the school year designed to support families and caregivers. And they're going to have things like reacclimating to school, testing anxiety. They take place weekly, so you can sign up. They happen on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. They have some different times. You can pick the day and the time, and then you just sign up for it, and then they will just tell you every week you can come. I'm just trying to drop those in the chat as well. And if anybody doesn't get these links and they want to, they can always reach out to us at CEC21 at schools.nyc.gov. So these 3 meetings with the days of the week refer to these different meeting registration links. Dropping the last one in the chat now. Include NYC with FACE and the New York State Education Department is presenting some other workshops. There's a lot of good things there. Several focus on IEPs and they are tailored towards different age groups and grade levels. So I'm just going to drop that one in there as well. Schools can also enroll in the New York City Spelling Bee competition by October 31st. That's through Scripps National Spelling Bee for students grades 4 to 8 in school spelling bees completed by November 27th. That's available through don't have the link to that, but that is available. You can Google that. The Coney Island Poetry Map is back. 12 poems by local kids aged 5 to 11 are all around. They're basically around and it's like the amusement park area, basically, right? So they're going to be around the amusement park area, basically like from Stillwell to West 10, kind of around and off of Surf Avenue, including at our own PS90. One will be there, and they have one at the parachute jump and Dino's Wonder Wheel, and also just school crossing guard positions. They're available. There's openings. So if you'd like a 20-hour a week position, that's you could work close to home if you're interested in that, and we really need school crossing guards. We need them. The NYPD who staffs those positions has openings that they need to fill. You can go to nypdrecruit.com and fill some of those positions that keep our kids and our families safe going to and from school. And that is my president's report. So now with that, we will move on to, we'll just check with our first VP, Randy Garrett.
Good evening, everyone. So besides the crossing guard shortage, there's also state agent shortages. So instead of the parents complaining about it, we should be part of the solution and applying for those positions. So the safety agent exam will be open for registration on January 3rd to February 6th. And you can apply on nyc.gov and register for the test. Also, we need to really talk to our children about subway surfing. We had another student that passed, an 11-year-old student on the train on 4th Avenue, 9th Street. And I don't think that they really understand, like, you can lose your life. It's not just about having fun or, you know, being popular. They really need to know that it's not worth it. And we have to have those conversations, and sometimes they're uncomfortable, but they're us That's going to keep our children alive. So please have those conversations with your children and make sure that they really understand the gravity of what they're doing.
I would like to say that on October 9th at 7 p.m., we will host our Community Board 13 education meeting. The agenda will be going out next week with the Zoom link, and we have two amazing, guest speakers, one from the superintendent's office and one from ACF. And they'll be going over the project, ACF investigation, and then there's also ACF cares that give resources to family that needs help. So the agenda and the Zoom link will go out in the next week, and we look forward to seeing as many parents.
My name is Arturo Toscanini. We have two meetings on Tuesday. It's the city council meeting. It's a all structure and a street and that's just important to go there. You know that awesome. More location. If they don't know, they have a little to the awesome guard. Goes there and help them. We just got. Secondly, is our weapon. We're gonna be more meeting, candidate, chicken on, and that's gonna be at 7 p.m. Talking about the two needs. They have new kids. We know that I'm size of pretty tight. And eventually, the student, as we, thank you.
Thank you. Eddie Mark, District Manager for Community Board 13, one of our members, Second Vice President Keisha Bowers, and First Vice President Randy Gary. For committees, we're going to be talking about our committees here and some things we want to put together for committee meetings in the upcoming months. Does anybody, a councilman, have anything they want to discuss now? Committee or committee topic? Okay, we will be discussing and setting up some committee meetings as the need requires in the future. The public comment, we're up to our public comment, requesting 2 minutes. Just some quick ground rules. I'm just going to go over them quick because the superintendent and I discussed it a few times at the end of last year. We touched on it briefly during the summer meetings, which are quiet meetings. But being that we're all back to school, just reminding everyone, we always have a, good public comment here, good community engagement. But just remind everyone that we're going to relate everything to education topics or topics that affect education. As elected parent leaders here, we're not representatives of the New York City Department of Education or the government. We're volunteers. We work in conjunction, collaboration with our district, and officially as sort of a check on the DOE. And therefore, as members, as us not being the government, the First Amendment is not a threshold for public speech here, but we want everyone to be able to share your opinions freely. So we always welcome that, no matter what your opinion is. We just, again, we encourage everyone to be respectful, and we won't countenance, anything that's hateful or targeting of any protected group or anything that targets a specific group of people based on any defining characteristic or religion. So that's the only thing we just like to throw out there. And we really appreciate everyone who comes and speaks at our meetings, and that's never been an issue here. So we would like to first defer to our elected representatives or their staff. We'll start with who are here in person. I know the Imam Ahmed Ali from Assemblyman Colton's office here. I believe he may have had to leave. So we just want to thank him for attending tonight on behalf of Assemblyman Colton. And now we have a representative from Councilmember Susan Chuan's office.
But we need it for the Zoom.
I'm representative of customers. He is mother of two children in the local health, and she was a child advocate for education in the ACM community. Councilmember Swan, is committed to educational reform. First, on the education. I want to share some good news with you together with her. Councilmember Swan allocated $800,000 to all our this only will for education. He has also dedicated $2 million to the all fields here, which will benefit our entire community. In addition, there's a program for our local district. I estimate it's for $600,000. Yes, that will be 500,000 more in the years. So this will get the ACs in the goal. Yes, one will be 150,000 for essential secretary. Yes, 128 will be a major investment of 1 million. 18,000 for auditory computer upgrades, because stated that require investigative collaboration. Purpose to enter school sector it is also mentioned that city council passengers from funding is one needed that again NDS 247. This will deal with the other and I will thank you for dedication for dedication. Council members will from you and if you like, you can always more. Any questions? Please feel free to call us.
Thank you so much. I see that Imam Ali has, would you like to say a few words on behalf of Assemblyman Colton? Again, Imam Ali is here from Assemblyman Colton's office. The microphone is right there.
Thank you so much. Good evening. So, something I would call this is one of the things that will be very helpful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I know we're joined by Francis Brown from Senator Chu's office. Francis, would you like to say a few words?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi, my name is Francis. I'm here from Senator Chu's office. First, just happy back to school. I hope everyone started their school year off smoothly. Second, I just wanted to start with a little bit about the FIO and the NIA after school program cuts. Some updates on that. So I think everyone knows that the after school funding has been pretty much slashed. It's really quite not fair to our working parents to be scrambling for care for their kids and to our educators. So Senator Chu, along with Senator Gennardis and Councilmember Brennan, had written a letter to the AG's office back in May, June, asking for an explanation. And the senator requested a meeting with OFCS as well to just try and get to the bottom of this and make sure that our Brooklyn schools are adequately funded. The governor's office announced recently an additional investment of $3 million into New York City to fund LEAP after school programs. We do not know where this money will be directed yet. but the senator plans to keep pushing for it to include Brooklyn Public Schools. It is not a lot of money for the entirety of New York City public schools. But we're going to keep pushing for it. Additionally, OCFS, their recommendation when we asked for additional funding was to tell parents that they could apply for a program called CCAP. That's the Child Care Assistance Program. And they will have representatives coming out to Southern Brooklyn, hopefully starting next Wednesday, to assist people filling out applications for that. I will have more details on that hopefully by the end of this week. You can look on our social media for the flyer, and I'll be sure that we send it to the CEC as well on where and when. And then on funner news, yesterday was the Mid-Autumn Festival. So happy Mid-Autumn to everyone who is celebrating. We have a parade that is coming up that we're partnering with a lot of local organizations to host on Sunday, September 29th at 11:30. The parade will be from 62nd Street on 8th Avenue and going down to 48th Street. So I hope some of you will come out to join us in this important cultural event. And then October 26th, we'll have our Halloween event with NIA, and I'll share, or Lenny, who is normally here from our office, will share next month. Yeah. Thank you. Have a nice night.
Thank you, Fran, for the updates for Secretary's office. Yes, Mid-Autumn festivals are abounding. I hope everybody enjoys them. The one that Senator Chu's office was mentioning as well as other ones, enjoy those with cakes. Do we have any members of the public? We didn't have anybody on our sign up sheet here in public, but here in person. Is there anybody here who would like to show themselves in the public comment section? I don't see anybody here in person. Nobody signed up. Is there anybody online? I do not see anybody in the chat. I do not see anybody raising their hand. Okay, going once, going twice. Okay, so there are no public comments, further public comments. So with that, is there a motion to adjourn?
Okay.
Okay, Randy, and we'll say a Spira seconded. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for our September 24th meetings. We'll see you on October 16th, again, third Wednesday of the month, next month at IS 303, 501 West Avenue. We look forward to seeing you. Thanks so much.